Hey everyone, week 4 here, so officially like moving into a month into CSA season, which is crazy. I feel like it's definitely flying by this year. So not too many announcements this week. Just a quick reminder that our farmers do have a pause button on CSA for their week of vacation, which is August 23rd through the 29th, so there is no pickup that week. Does not mean that you're missing out a week of your CSA season. It's just kind of like a pause button. It's actually really nice sometimes to have a little bit of a break to kind of catch up on things that are like lingering in your refrigerator. So just reminder, set an alarm, no pickup that week, August 23rd through the 29th. There is a fun challenge happening in the group this week with kohlrabi, which is kind of like the featured vegetable of the week. So regular shares are going to get 2, larger shares will probably get 4, just depending on the size. That could change. But everyone wants to see how you're going to use kohlrabi this week. So make sure to take pictures, post it, hashtag it Great Kohlrabi Caper 2026. That's hashtag Great Kohlrabi Caper, CAPER 2026. This runs today through the 13th, and then I will announce a winner in next week's unboxing. So we're going to talk about kohlrabi first before we get into the rest of these veggies this week. Just because I know this can be like a newer vegetable for those folks that maybe are newbies. But kohlrabi for a lot of people is a new vegetable when they join the CSA, and they end up actually loving it and looking forward to it every season. So kohlrabi can vary in size. I would say these are on the smaller end. Sometimes we have kohlrabis that are like over a pound. So the size could definitely vary. When you get these guys home, as always, with anything that looks like a root type vegetable that has stems, you are going to cut those greens or those stems off. So when we talk about kohlrabi, most people are looking forward to this part, but these greens are absolutely edible. You could use them like you would kale. So they're kind of a heartier green. Would definitely cook down well. I would just go ahead and store them in a green bag, and when you go to use them, rinse them off with some cold water and cut off the stem and just use the leaf portion. What I'm going to do, because we've got a lot of great greens this week, we've got tops of radishes, tops of turnips, I am just going to start a bag with green tops. And I am gonna grab from it if I'm cooking and can like add some greens to something, but also end game, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna make green cubes in the next few weeks, which means I'm gonna take all these greens from all the tops, blanch them, puree them, put them in cubes, like an ice cube tray or a silicone tray, freeze them, and then I add those green cubes to things like chilies and stews and spaghetti sauce all winter long. So that's what I'm going to do with these greens to the kohlrabi. I'm going to throw them in a green bag. I might cook with them. I might just use them for green cubes. We'll see. So these guys, when you go to store them, you could store them in a green bag. You could also store them in like a fridge smart container, or really they're actually quite hardy, so you could just throw them in your veggie drawer if you wanted to. But you're just going to store them like this, dry as is. And then when you go to use them, you are going to have to do a little bit of peeling or prep. So cut the rest of those tops off. I would just rinse it with cold water when you go to use it. Kohlrabi can be enjoyed raw or cooked. So I would try it raw first, because that's going to be pretty simple, right? You're going to cut off the top and the bottom, and you're going to peel away this hardy skin. It kind of tastes like a cruciferous vegetable. It's nice and crispy. Our farmers' favorite way to enjoy kohlrabi is to actually slice it up and dip it in peanut butter. So you could start there if you wanted to. So I am going to discard the skin. I am not going to put this in my veggie scrap bag. It would kind of make for a bitter broth, so I'm just going to compost that. So this is the part of the kohlrabi that we're going to enjoy. So you could slice it and enjoy it raw. It's also really great in slaws, and you've got a great like slaw combination happening this week if you're interested in that. You could shred up this kohlrabi. You've got carrots you could add, cilantro, scallions, So you do have some fixings for some slaw this week. Some people also make fries out of it and roast or air fry kohlrabi fries. But that's kohlrabi. So you can enjoy it raw, peanut butter, slaw. You can also roast it with a combination of other root veggies if you want. You can make fries. But check out the newsletter. There's also some other ideas for it. But you're just going to store it just kind of as is like this, and then make sure you peel it before you go to use it. All right, so other things that can kind of go in this like bin with this kohlrabi, because I'm going to use this Fridge Smart container tonight. We've got some beautiful hickory turnips. So these are not like usual turnips. You can actually eat these raw. They are kind of sweet. So if you're just looking for some raw veggies to enjoy with like some hummus or some dip, these guys could be on your list. Again, they've got some really pretty greens. So I'm going to chop those guys off. These greens could just be used sauteed with some eggs, a stir fry, whatever you want, just like you would spinach. They're going to cook down really easily, so I'm going to throw them in my big green bag here with all my other greens for some green cubes, or maybe I'm going to cook with them. These hickory turnips, you're just going to store in a green bag or in your veggie drawer in a Ziploc. I'm going to throw them in here. You're going to store them unwashed. When you go to use them, you're going to rinse them off. You're going to slice off the ends. And then, like I said, you could slice these up for like some veggie chips with some dip. You could also chop them up and roast them. They can also be pickled. So lots of different options for the hickory turnips. Other thing I'm going to throw in here, we've got some beautiful radishes. Again, great tops this week. Going to get this little guy off. Same thing. Cutting off these greens. Throwing them in my green bag. In this bag, I'm not going to make green cubes this week because making green cubes does take some time to blanch, puree, all the things. I'm going to kind of store these and probably get the greens from week 5, maybe even week 6, depending on how these look. So I'm going to really store up like a decent volume of greens before I take the time to make the green cubes. At least 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks worth of greens. So these radishes, I'm going to store them. The tops are in there in this Fridge Smart container with the rest of these root vegetables. Remember, radishes, you just rinse off. You can enjoy them raw. If you're not a fan of like the little spiciness or the kick that radishes have, if you roast them, it takes that away and they become more potato-like. So if you're not a huge fan of raw radishes, I would roast them with some more familiar vegetables like carrots or potatoes, whatever it is, and give them a shot that way. And then we do have some carrots tonight without tops, so I'm throwing them in there. These Fridge Smart containers can be a little bit more expensive sometimes compared to some of like the green bags and stuff, but they definitely help preserve the vegetables a little bit longer. There is a fun recipe in the newsletter this week with barbecue pulled carrots, just sauteing onions and carrots using some barbecue sauce. So I would check that out. That was a group favorite last summer, so we did include that in the recipes this past week. All right, so that's all my root veggies here. And then new things this week, we've got cilantro. Cilantro is kind of known as like a finishing herb. So it's not the best when you heat it up, but it is great as like a finisher or more like a garnish for a meal. So if you did like a frittata and threw it on top, or scrambled eggs, threw it on top, or tacos, you put it on top. I wouldn't necessarily heat it up and cook with it, but it's a great garnish to add on at the end. And there's 2 ways to store cilantro. So you could just absolutely throw this in a green bag and put it in your veggie drawer. My favorite way is to store it like a flower. So I've got this jar with a little bit of water here, and then I would just change out this water every few days. You do need to put a bag on top, otherwise it will dry out. But the other reason why I like to store it as a flower like this is because then I can keep it in the front of my refrigerator, and it just reminds me that it's always there. So anytime, like maybe I'm doing a salad or maybe ramen, like I'm reminded, okay, I've got cilantro there, I could chop some up and add it to that meal. So like a flower, Visual is always best in your refrigerator, but if you don't have room or time to do that, you just throw it in a green bag and it'll be fine for at least a week, if not a couple weeks. Tuesday night, folks did not get basil just because of the weather and the harvest situation, so you'll be getting basil next week, but Thursday you will still be getting basil. So I just kind of wanted to quick talk about that. This is some basil just from my own garden. Basil is a temperature sensitive plant, so you do not put basil in the refrigerator. Basil needs to be stored at room temperature. So you could store it like a flower on your counter if it had like decent stems. Or my favorite way to store basil is I actually just wrap it up in a paper towel and put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I leave this on my counter. And sometimes I can get at least a week, if not 2 weeks, out of basil this way. I do change out the paper towel every few days if I need to. But that's how I store basil. There is a great, just like simple pesto recipe in the newsletter this week. If you're overwhelmed with basil, you make pesto, you throw that pesto in the freezer, and then you can use it this winter. You don't necessarily have to use it all this summer. So that's a great exit strategy for pesto. And then I know Thursday last week, Perrysburg folks got some broccolini or some broccoli stems. This week, Tuesday night did. I'm going to store this in a green bag. It's going to be good for maybe a week. The longer it sits, the more bitter it's going to get. So it probably should be on your watch list. You could obviously stir fry this, roast it, grill it if you wanted to, add it to a soup or a stir fry. I'm just going to store it kind of as is. Broccoli is one of the items that sometimes like extra critters can kind of hide in. So a great way to wash broccoli when you go to use it is to get a bowl and put some salt in the bowl and then fill it with water and let this broccoli sit upside down like this in the water, and that salt water is going to draw out any extra friends or little bugs that might be hiding in there. So I would make sure that you take the time to wash your broccoli or these broccoli stems. I'm just going to throw them in a green bag for right now, and I'll probably give them a good wash tomorrow. But with that said, lots of good items to make some good ramen this week if it cools off, because you've got broccoli, carrots, throw in some scallions, some cilantro. So yeah, that would be kind of on my to-do list. All right, and on scallions, we have had these before recently. So again, could throw them in a green bag if you wanted to, or store like a flower is going to be probably the best option. I'm going to kind of cut off some of these tops. These are going to go in my veggie scrap bag for broth in the freezer, so I'm going to set those aside. These are going to go in a little jar with a little bit of water. Change out that water every few days. These are going to be good for weeks that way if you keep doing it. Again, keeping them in the front of your fridge so that way you see it and you're reminded that you actually have them there. Going to throw a bag over them just like the cilantro so that way it doesn't dry out. And then everyone's getting a couple summer squash. Could be a variety here. Could be like yellow zucchini, yellow summer squash. Could be the green zucchini. Could be patty pan squash, which looks like kind of a saucer. All can be used interchangeably. Should go in a green bag. Should be used within the next week before you get your next box. Some of the squash can get a little bit slimy. If you have the patty pan squash that looks like a spaceship, you're just going to use it like you would the regular squash. You're just going to cut around the core and use those pieces just like you would if you chopped up the yellow zucchini. One of our members, well, he's not really a member anymore, but Robert Sini posted this amazing summer squash tart a few years ago. Seemed to be a huge group favorite, so I did put that in the recipes this week in the newsletter. And then we got lettuce. Remember, you're just going to store like dry and dirty as is in a green bag, ideally with a paper towel to absorb some of that excess moisture. If you do want to rinse it off in some cold water and use that salad spinner tonight just to kind of have it ready, that's fine. It just cuts off a few days from your storage situation. So if you know you're going to enjoy that lettuce within the next 2-3 days, sure, you can go ahead and rinse it off dry it off, spin it dry, and then put it in a green paper bag or green bag with some paper towels. But if you're not sure when you're going to get to it, just paper towels in a green bag. And then fruit this week, we've got some beautiful cherries and a ton of blueberries. So the blueberries came in these regular little plastic containers. I would just store them as is in this plastic container and then rinse them off with some cold water before you go to use them. Same thing with the cherries. Remember, the cherries have pits. So if you wanted to kind of prep them ahead, I got these containers this year. I kind of do like them. They come with like this strainer. So I've been rinsing off berries ahead of time and then leaving them in here to kind of just like let all that excess moisture drain off. Really, really like these. And then cherries, I'm going to actually probably go ahead and pit all of these and just have them ready as is. But if you do that, sooner than later they need to be eaten. So they're probably not going to last as long as if you just left them with the stem and everything together. So just kind of keep that in mind. But a ton of beautiful berries this week. All right, well that's it. We've got week 4. So next week will be, this is week B week. Next week will be an A week. So cheese and all that stuff. And yeah, looking forward to see what you guys do with all that kohlrabi this week. Have a good one.